And finally, new rule, nothing with crypto in the title ever turns out good.
Don't write me about Bitcoin, please. I don't give a so don't ask me.
Bitcoin happens to use a lot of energy. It happens to promote anonymous transactions.
Bitcoin is not a currency.
Not bullish on Bitcoin.
You, John McAfee, believe in the power of Bitcoin. So much so that you'll put your on the table, chop it up, put it in your mouth, swallow.
If it doesn't reach at least $1 million.
99.999% of the people that own Bitcoin are f***ing morons. That's just it.
What's it feel like to be a Bitcoin?
I don't have any Bitcoin.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the GM show.
Good morning.
Monday morning, February 7th. Today is going to be the best show yet. No pressure. And
It's true. It is the best show yet.
It's true. We just debuted our new intro at the beginning of the show. Not that anybody's watching. That's kind of the running joke. And I think we should say that even when there's still nobody watching. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was busy and hectic. It was good. Good.
That's good.
I'm happy it's Monday. Yeah. How was yours?
I'm happy it's Monday too. It was boring. So, moving on to the headlines. Bitcoin has
Super stoked it's Monday.
hit a 2-week high. Seems to be following the stock rally. Someone here at newsbtc.com pointed out, which is good. You know, it's good. We're getting a little pump action. Matt's got his sus face going. He's like, oh, that's nice. That's cute. So we'll see what Matt, the weatherman, has to say once we get into the analysis and see how he can correct the path and tell us that our pump is fake, probably. But it's okay. We can enjoy it while it's here.
I'm not a bear, dude.
I just think you're just opposite of whatever the crowd wants because you're a hipster.
That's true. I'm too hip to even
contain yourself.
Yeah, to even yeah, exactly. I can't be excited about this pump because everyone else is. So I gotta be
concerned.
Negative Nancy.
You have to be concerned about the pump.
Yeah. Because that's what a hipster would do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But at the same time that you have Bitcoin pumping, you also have XRP, Dogecoin, Shiba, all surging. I mean, it's kind of a market-wide surge, I guess, is what you're seeing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think I saw that.
Are we doing charts now, or are we going to do some headlines, or what?
These are headlines,
Are you
bro.
segmenting
These
into
are
charts?
headlines. SHIB burned.
All right.
We're flying through headlines this morning. I'm not even.
All right,
We're not even commenting on what we even think on the headline. We're just gonna read the headlines and just keep going.
Let's just go. That's my favorite part to do it. I just read headlines. I don't even read articles.
That's everybody now. So yeah, SHIB, but SHIB in particular has had a pretty impressive rise. I think I was reading that it is now the #1 traded token. That might be fake news, so don't quote me on that. But I know they've been burning a bunch of tokens in the past 24 hours. They're going to have a big burn party next week. So people are loving SHIB. The SHIB community is pretty strong, and I was a hater. And I printed and framed a Bitcoin dollar on my wall. I mean, I'm partial to the OG dog coin, but I'm impressed by SHIB's rise. I am impressed. I wonder what the long-term prospects are for SHIB. I don't really know much about what's going on in that community, so I don't know if they have a bunch of good stuff planned for the token and the roadmap, or if this is just kind of hype. Is this a hype bubble, Matt?
Well, it could always be a hype.
It's true. Everything is a hype.
I'd say huge. I think right now SHIB. When we get to the charts, I'll pull it up and take a look. I mean, I don't usually trade SHIB or Doge because with the TA, it's much harder to like really get an idea of what's happening with the charts, right? It's very sporadic. I mean, right now in just the last 30 minutes, 24 minutes, we've got a 10% jump, okay, in just the last like 20 minutes. If you go back to yesterday, from yesterday morning, it's about almost a 20% jump. So yeah, that's pretty volatile. That's nuts.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's but it's one of those ones that it's like I don't quite mess around with trading, but maybe I should. See, now I'm like getting all FOMO'd into
Voice
token.
cracks.
It's like, this looks kind of good. But but if you look like before that, right, it was just dead, like barely any movement.
I think there was a lot of
it's just
waiting going on there.
Just this weekend, it's been it's just raging right now. This is insane. So man, it's just one of those ones. Again, it's too unpredictable for me, so I don't mess around with it.
Yeah,
personally.
I'm reading here. SHIB whales.
A lot of people are making a lot of money right now.
SHIB whales increased value
That's
of
for
holdings
sure.
by 27% as Shiba Inu clinches most traded token. And it looks like this Whale Stats Twitter account posted that SHIB has flipped CRV to be the most traded token by 1,000 biggest ETH wallets. SHIB price is up 26.8% in the past 24 hours with a current price of whatever that is. Minuscule amount. That was yesterday.
Right now.
Yeah, that tweet was yesterday. So yeah, it's raging for sure.
Yeah, man. So these ones I don't really trade on a regular basis. These might be ones that it's pretty fun just to kind of hold a little bit of and see what's up. If it can get to $1, that'd be freaking nuts because it's only 3 cents right now.
Yeah, it's barely anything right now. Yeah.
So a lot of people, it's like really easy to become a shibinaire, right? You can be a shib millionaire. Really easy, and that's pretty. And if you believe in it, then that it's gonna be maybe worth $1 or something, which is so fun. Everyone's like, it's gonna be $1. It's gonna be $1. Once it hits $1, it's gonna be the biggest sell-off ever. Like everyone's gonna be getting it.
Yeah, there'll definitely be. I mean, some profit taking at some point. I mean, it's kind of like what happened with GameStop. Where you have crazy price.
Like these kind of moves, these giant moves, like what I'm always giant moves isn't the trend. The small moves set the trend. So right now, these like massive, in just a matter of minutes, you're jumping up tens of percents. It's just like, dude, that's not really sustainable. So just be smart, you could, at this point, you could always be buying the top, so it's like, I'm not going to FOMO in right now. I'm just going to wait for it to correct itself. And then, maybe I'll pick up some more shit. Because if it's messing around like this, that's fun. This is fun stuff. Whoever SHIB owners, good for you.
Yeah, I guess I gotta admit defeat on that one and say good for you.
if if you got, I mean, Matic too right now. Matic is up. It was up almost 10% in just the last like hour. So that one's just raging too. Um, yeah, it's a pump party, man. Pump.
It is a pump party. It is a pump party. Here we've got in beingcrypto.com reporting, and I know a lot of people have this theory or subscribe to the wave, the four corrective wave structure. And according to that theory, the bottom has potentially been reached here for Bitcoin, and that we could see some upward movement here, and that maybe it's been kind of since January 24th that we've maybe been kind of on an upward swing. So that's interesting. I know a lot of people subscribe to this theory. Thoughts, Jones?
For sure. I'll wait till I get to the charts.
Wow, he's like, I don't know, but the charts won't lie to me.
No, it's true. I mean, it is. There's a good chance that this is a breaking out. But at the same time, it could also, anyways, it's just like Bitcoin just trades a lot differently these days than a lot of these altcoins, so it's I'm not totally convinced 100% we're out of the woods for Bitcoin, just because it's still like, right, there's lots of huge there's a lot of big important resistances ahead of it, so it's like pop bottles now, but know that the party might not last forever. But yeah, I mean, it does. I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, I'd be bullish. So, but also just knowing that there are levels that could definitely want to come down back to. Maybe not the lows, right? It might not come back down to like 30K or 32K or something, right? But could get back down to 39, 40, right? And because there's a bunch of longs that are trapped down there in the 39 range, 39, 40 range. So, anyways, like I said, I'll get to it when we get to the charts. Man.
Well,
I'll show
we've got actually someone in the chat asking about Dogecoin too, and if they should sell it. So I think maybe we should go to the charts so we can look at a couple of things. They said they've been kicking themselves for even buying it ever. They called it a stupid decision, a stupid token. So they want to know if they should sell it. So.
When did
I don't
they
know,
buy
but
it?
we don't give financial advice. But we'll take a look at the Doge chart. We'll take a look at the Doge chart. We'll gander. We'll take a gander into the woods, the Doge woods. Matt's going to share his screen. In the future, we're going to have a nice little intermission video that plays right here while Matt's setting up his screen so that I don't have to awkwardly talk to everybody. But today,
why do you not have that ready
I
yet?
know, man. One thing at a time. New intro today. Intermission tomorrow.
All right. So, all right. We want to look at Doge real quick.
Let's look at Doge real quick. And then we'll go do the broad overview.
Doge. All right, let's back it up. Let's go to daily. All right. We are looking. So it's definitely been in a downtrend for some time. I mean, I think what you're kind of looking at here. Yeah, so these are some important levels that you're wanting it to kind of reach again. Um, so if we wanted to kind of do a line here, I mean, I would. So Doge, you want to see it kind of reach up here to, I don't know, 17 cents and see what happens. I mean, right now on the daily, right, it's attempting to break through the 50 EMA, which is quite a big resistance. As you can see, it wants to attempt to break through it. It just wicks through it quite often. What you want to see is like candles start to like really close and really get a momentum and start breaking away from it. Because once the price reaches away from the 50 EMA, it wants to come back to it, right? It wants to kind of correct itself. So right now, it's definitely challenging it. So in the next coming days, and I mean, you got quite a bit of momentum here. I mean, this can form, right? Because what this can do here, this momentum can really carry on and kind of go like that. And then this money wave right here, if you can see, it's red still, but it's pointing the upwards. Once this turns green, that's going to be pretty significant. So there's definitely, I think, a lot of potential that Doge could generally start trending up again. Um, but there aren't like clear signs that it's reversing the daily trend, right? On kind of the more macro end, there's not like clear signs, that it's starting to reverse, because it could just be. But you know what? It's like, if you see this level here, what is that? 12 cents around 12, 14, 12, 45 somewhere. I mean, that's a level, the key level that just has been bouncing off of. So a couple of times, right? You had this wick, and these kind of giant wicks, these giant wicks like to be filled, right? So if you see these wicks, there's a huge likely probability that the candles are going to want to start closing down in those wicks. There's a bunch of liquidity there, and that's essentially what happened here. You had this wick that kind of came down and cleaned it out. So yeah, I mean, that could be done, right? That this could be the bottom there. But yeah, what you want to see is generally kind of a breakout pattern here. I mean, if we wanted to, we can kind of draw try to form a W here. I mean, kind of getting it. So I would maybe see like another a lower low before it kind of breaks out is what I'd expect, but it rarely does what I expect. So, it's just, it's just, you don't know what it's going to do, but I mean, it looks like signs are pretty bullish right now. And then as far as like, I mean, yeah, Doge is one of those ones where it, this is only what is this? When did this start trading here? 2nd of June. So this is all of my charts, because I'm on Bybit. But Binance or someone might have some older Doge. I'm not quite sure. But what you're really to be like, all right, bullish on Doge, is it breaking this level, this 33 cents level here. Once it could start breaking above that, then you definitely getting pretty bullish on Doge.
What's
so I would
that,
expect this.
What's that low in that little valley there? I don't have it up right now. To your left.
What?
Left. That
Over here?
That low, further back a little. That right there. Oh. Yeah, right in that kind of deep valley there. What is that low?
Yeah. Yeah, so this here is about, it's basically hitting this,
Okay.
right? So it's at a pretty
Hmm.
large level right now.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was tapping this all the way back in July.
Hmm.
Was that like 16 cents?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the price is at now. So when if it can break up here, which there's right where you're looking is for confluence. So it's like, okay, it's at this level. If it could break up here, cool. At the same time, it's breaking up to 50, so that there's two signs of confluences meeting up. And then you got your levels up here that you want to see it reach, and then break those levels. And then you got your 200 EMA up here that you're wanting it to challenge. Um, so yeah, right now there's a lot of confluence happening. You're hitting a lot of levels that are lighting up. So I would imagine, right? It looks like it looks like it has the momentum of breaking this. So if it breaks this level, so that's what I'd be looking at. All right, confluences. It does look pretty bullish, but I don't know how long that bullishness is going to last. Um,
The chat is cracking me
but
up.
yeah,
Dogecoin doesn't do
if we
anything.
did,
Why does it have any value? Are people that stupid? Oh my
it's
gosh.
because Elon Musk tweets about it.
Yeah. If the economy crashes, do you think crypto will survive? These are some deep questions.
Yeah, it is.
Good morning.
But yes, it would, because that's the point of the blockchain, is it's decentralized. It doesn't rely on a government to prop it up, right? So
Yeah, it's decentralized,
but
I
I don't
mean,
know. I don't see.
across the entire blockchain. So the record of every transaction is copied over and 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 over between all
Yeah.
these devices on the blockchain. And so you would need to, what would it take to completely wipe that record out? It would be, I don't know, apocalyptic.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
yeah, it's an interesting
but I
question.
don't. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you'd essentially need, like, you know parts of civilization to kind of go down: the internet, electricity, and
Well, and
lots
the
of things that
interesting thing
very
about
expensive.
cryptocurrencies are that they're not tied directly to the economy necessarily of one country. I mean, obviously, like Fed printing money makes the price of crypto go up in general, or it has. But, it's interesting because it's an internationally traded currency that's a 24/7 market. So it does have different dynamics and than like the fiat market and the stock market.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, let's check out Bitcoin here, as everyone loves to hear and know about Bitcoin. So, um, definitely. So on Friday, right? Friday, it hit these levels, and I was like, I'm not trading over the weekend, because this is the kind of stuff that I'm staying away from. This kind of just stalling, right? You don't really have a good direction. Like, we had this kind of false drop here, because it didn't really, right. This says, oh, momentum's going down, but really what you got was just this giant doji, which is not a good sign. So if you're buying into that, if you're like, oh, I'm going to short now, you're basically, it's literally, you're flipping the coin there, and if you're going to be able to pull out any profit. Um, and yeah, it bounced up. It bounced up. We got green momentum dot here shortly after. So, I mean, it's what are we on, 4 hour here? Yeah, it's pumping, man. I mean, things that I would be concerned about, right? It's really extended from the 50 EMA. Whenever it extends itself far away from the 50 EMA, you just know that it's going to want to um, come back to it, whether the price comes back to it or it hangs out in an area and the 50 EMA comes to it, right? Just knowing that it'll want to correct itself in some way, somehow, at some point. Um, right now, though, I mean, I don't see really many bear signs at all. Because right here, if you just see the 4 hour, right, we were challenging, or this is the 5 EMA if I remember right, and then we had a 13 here, kind of wick down, and then just rocketed it up, and then now we're just separating ourselves from these EMAs. Now something to be cautious of. These so with these vector candles. Hey, the market makers are okay. So there's a good chance the price is going to want to come back and fill these candles. All right. Blue candles means that momentum is it's on the early stages of it, right? And a lot of times when I see the blue candles, they get filled pretty quickly after. This candle, and like a quarter or so filled, not quite half. But yeah, I mean that's kind of what I see generally, is that they like to be filled immediately after or very soon after. Um, so this pump right now, be careful, don't FOMO in because you could be just buying the top. Unless right, unless you're scalping right now. So like scalping wise, all right. So I got 4 hour here. It's the momentum's going up. I got VWAP, money flow up, everything's up, 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 up. Let's go to 24 minute. 24 minute is raging. What I would like to see here is I wouldn't want to go in right now on a 24-minute time frame until I see an over bought signal here. All right. What I want to see is a red dot, and I probably wouldn't go in on it, right? I don't want to be short like it. This actually, see, on the 24-minute, right? Everything's saying pump, 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 pump. But you could have scalped this little short too. This little correction on Bitcoin. If you'd have entered here. And yeah, I mean, you could have scalped that right here, this candle, boom, get out. Or at least have it, like I said, it's going to want to extend itself from the 50 EMA. It's going to want to come back to it. So in seeing how far it was extended, knowing that it's going to want to come back to the 50 EMA as it challenges the 50 EMA and get out. There you go. Take profits. Happy days. So it's pumping 24-minute here. So this is what and I would probably have already sold by now, just because it's, I mean, you got a couple percentage point pump, definitely hitting some levels up here. And right, you have a green wick that could be exhausting, right? The longer these last, right, the less energy they have behind them. So you're gonna see the pumps get smaller, right? If it does pump up more, it's likely going to be smaller than the last one, just because it's running out of steam. And you have these. See here, blue candle immediately recovered it. Look at this wick down, immediately recovered it, popping right back up. So what we could see is just more pumpage right here. Like, I mean, we could see it be, come on up and try to challenge the M5 line up here, before it tries to even try to correct itself a little bit, right? Because it could, since it hit the 50 MA here, it could extend even further and then kind of hang out in a zone and correct itself up there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, definitely bullish for sure on Bitcoin.
Mhm.
I wanted to take a look at Matic because Matic this morning was crazy. It was acting like shit. It was going crazy, and um, I like Matic. I like Polygon and stuff like that. And yeah, so here, it pumped up to this level. Kind of, we got a downward momentum. Quick little scalp you could have had. Boom, you entered in here as the momentum changes. And if you were able to wait around, see, this is where the mental game comes in, guys, because it's like if let's say you're like, okay, yeah, my strategy says to short here, whether you're playing the 50 MA or whether you're like, I could get us, I could, or let's do this long. This long one's a better example. So you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go long. This is it. Bitcoin to the moon. You put in a position. All right. It just kind of stays stagnant. And this is what, 24 minutes? So this is like, oh man, you've been in the position for 24 minutes. Now getting closer to an hour, and oh man, you're down. You're down almost an entire percent. Let's say you have 25% leverage. You're almost, 20%, or yeah, if it was, once it was hit 1%, yeah, yeah, right now you're pretty nervous. Did you make the right decision? You're going to be sitting here watching this candle and watching this price, seeing it turn colors and freaking out. A lot of people, I'd say my old self, would have said, no, this trade's not going my way. I'm selling. And that's what happens a lot. People then get out of the trade because they don't think it's going their way. But was that really part of your strategy? Was that part of your plan? Or is that your emotions taking control of that situation? So, in my strategy, I would still be holding because so much is still going on here, right? My other indicators say, hey, we still have a green wave forming VWAP above the 50 line. I mean, it is still saying it's room for pump. There's room to pump. And look what happened. If you were able to hold that, right, you'd have to hold that. You would have entered, I don't know, let's say you entered 4 this morning. You'd still be holding, right? Now it'd be that's 4 hours that you'd be holding right now. So it just depends, it just stick to your strategy and it'll probably work out. You just have to not let your emotions get you out of these kinds of trades. All right, because especially if you're like, yeah, momentum's always trade with the momentum, guys. I mean, that's what I do at least. If you're sitting here trying to constantly short right now, just know if you're looking for the top to short, like that's what I don't chase the tops or bottoms, right? I just go with the momentum because when you chase the tops and bottoms, that's when you get burned. All right. Because here, I mean, if you're gonna play the short, if you're trying to short, just take profits on the lowest, right? If you have any profits at all, just take them right now. And if you're trying to like short, I don't like when people try to catch the tops and the bottoms. I mean, you're gonna have some sad days. Okay, so just understand if you're trying to short, just take profits if you get them because there's a good chance that it's just going to turn around and potentially do another one of these guys. But we'll see as the day goes on, right? This candle right here doesn't look too good. All right. Here we see momentum starting to kind of come down. Okay. So could this be the correction? It could be, but I mean, we still have some wave. We definitely have some wave. So if it does go, if we get an overbought signal, you could, there's a good chance. Now this is Matic, right? Okay, so there's a good chance that it could try to fill these candles here. All right. Again, this is the market maker really shorting. If there's so many people buying, there's got to be people selling. If people are longing, people have got to be shorting. Okay. So this is, if the market maker made shorts here, he's going to want to get that market down so he can make a profit. All right. This is his business. We just pay to play. All right. So just understand that. Oh, see here? Just total. It's just coming up. It's coming down. Who knows? See, this is what's interesting about markets, right? Because it's if you think about this, all right, if you think like, oh man, what there's no market makers, they don't play with the markets like this and whatnot. But if that's the case, right, why was there not a single person willing to buy Matic at this level? Not a single person. You're telling me nobody, not a single soul was saying, I'm going to buy Matic. I'm not going to buy Matic at $1.96. That's ridiculous. Nobody was going to buy it at that price. What really happens is that when people sit there and they're putting orders in, all right, if people are saying, oh, I want to buy Matic, I want to buy Matic, I want to buy Matic, the market maker will allow people to buy Matic until they don't want the price to go up anymore. All right. If you know, it's like this misconcept. Like people say, oh man, if everyone just bought Bitcoin and held it and stopped trading it, it would just constantly grow. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, right? You're telling me right now everyone was buying Bitcoin like crazy, and all of a sudden, when it hit $43,000 and $577, right? This is when people decided, no more. I'm not going to buy it at that price. That's too expensive. That's crazy.
Crazy.
You know. So it's yeah, there's, you know, you just guys have, just be careful. Look, see this blue candle, reclaimed immediately. Wix comes back up. Now this is looking pretty cool. I wonder how. Oh. That's what I want to do. Okay. Yeah. So look at this giant pump right now with Bitcoin. This is nuts. But see, you just have to anticipate. Like if you're holding here and you see these, like if this is coming down, just know that it's just trying to reclaim this candle. All right. You can hold your position if you want to. Yeah. So definitely pumping like crazy right now for Bitcoin. Look at this 24-minute right here. Oh, this is Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, guys.
Off the charts. Off
this
the
is
charts.
looking good. Yeah.
Looking great.
So yeah, it is. It's looking good. I mean, a 24-minute. So on a bullish market, what you want to see is 50 EMA above the 200 EMA. All right, and we got that back here. Fourth on the 4th, it crossed. So the last few days it's coming up, and it's just and it's separating itself constantly. So yeah, it separates itself from the 50 EMA, hangs on this level, reclaims the 50 EMA again, just kind of hangs out. See, this is the part where I'm like, I'm not touching it because it could go 50-50 right here.
Really range.
Like I would say, better chance it's going to go up because of the fact we're more of in a bullish market with the 50 EMA crossed over the 200. But you don't know. So, yeah, and this probably was a nice little. This was a juicy little fake out. We'll trapped a whole bunch of traders here, I'm sure. So yeah, it's very bullish. I'm just gonna wait until it kind of corrects itself again, kind of gets in one of these little zones before I am entering in today, because it could want to correct itself downward or just level off and then pump right back up. So it's yeah. So just be careful out there, boys and girls.
Yes, be very
take
careful.
profits.
Take profits.
Take your profits. Yeah.
Cool.
Anything else you want to?
I think that's great for the market weather,
All right.
for today's market weather. I think that was a nice sesh.
Cool.
Very good.
Cool.
Very informative. So, let me get off of this. Okay. Something that I found while you were giving us your analysis, just since we were talking about Dogecoin.
Right. Let me.
Dogecoin is looking to migrate to proof of participation instead of proof of work, so that I'm guessing they can lower costs of gas fees and stuff like that. But it's interesting that Ethereum's co-founder, what's that guy's name? Vitalik Buterin.
Yeah.
I always space his name. But anyway, it sounds like he's involved with helping Dogecoin get over to proof of stake. So that's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. Sounds like things are kind of happening over there at Dogecoin HQ. Well, that is a wrap for today's episode of the GM Show. Please like, subscribe, and go to dgendefi.org. That will send you to our Discord. Join our Discord. We're going to be posting all kinds of stuff over there. We have so much in the works going on behind the scenes. We've got a lot planned for content and for just this whole project. So, pretty exciting. And stay tuned. And the show is every morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So you should set actually a reminder on your phone for an hour before a show, 30 minutes before our show, and then maybe 5 or 10 minutes before our show so that you don't miss it. Make sure to click the little bell when you subscribe, obviously. So,
get those noties.
This is some compelling stuff going on here. We're really breaking.
Yeah, you're not going to get this info from anyone else.
We're really breaking
This is it.
The crypto paradigm. Yeah. So hold on. That's all I gotta say.
Hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts. Mm-hmm. Cool. Anything else you want to toss in there, Jones?
No. Just
I gotta
just
go to
take
the
profits.
Drink more coffee.
Just go take profits.
Take some dang profits.
I need more coffee. I do need to drink more coffee.
Also, leave us your comments. Give us your feedback. We want to hear about how bad the show is right now because we're on episode 5, so it's really bad right now. So we need you to tell us how to make it less bad.
And then we have our tutorials, man.
Yeah, we have tutorials. We got all kinds of stuff going on.
Your NFT minting tutorials.
Hey, we haven't.
I'm gonna have some trading tutorials coming out.
That yet.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Yes, tutorials.
Lots of DeFi stuff for you degens.
Yeah.
Lots of DeFi stuff.
DeFi stuff. Cool.